Fanatics Fest is the real deal experience. Oh my God, Jake Paul, the kids love him. And then you have the legend, Mike Tyson.
I got Jake Paul knocking him out.
I love Mike Tyson. He's got a...
Mike Tyson!
When are you ready? But...
And we've had an accidental headbutt. I heard
Jake Paul seems pretty relaxed.
Okay, because I'm like, you can't run in this.
I know what.
Today we bring you the highlights of the highly anticipated Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. A matchup nobody expected, but everyone was curious to see. It was the ultimate clash. A boxing legend versus a social media sensation. On one side, the man who once dominated the ring. On the other, the king of YouTube thumbnails. After 7 months of hype, the showdown took center stage at a packed AT&T arena, where fans and critics alike gathered to see if Jake Paul's flashy Instagram bravado could withstand Tyson's years of grit, experience, and raw power.
Down from Jake Paul, and that is what you call a turning point, folks. Okay, a minute and a half.
From the opening bell, it was clear this wasn't going to be a friendly sparring session. At 58, Tyson showed up with his trademark intensity, while Jake relied on his youth and reach to try and keep the legendary fighter at a distance.
He didn't pay me, Where's the lawsuit? If you didn't get paid, where's the lawsuit? So it's a bunch of bullshit, but like I said before, they know what they're doing. Both brothers. Logan as well as Jake, they know what they're doing, so.
By round 4, the tension was palpable. Every punch, jab, and near miss keeping the crowd on the edge of their seat. Curious to see how it all played out? Stick around, because this fight took turns no one saw coming. And the ending left fans with more questions than answers. If you thought Jake Paul would stroll into the ring and walk out with his trademark cocky grin, reality had other plans. Mike Tyson, at 58, didn't show up for a casual sparring match. He came to do what he's done best for decades. And Jake? He was about to get a boxing lesson he didn't see coming. The iconic AT&T Arena in Arlington, Texas, was electric with anticipation. And for those who weren't there, you missed one of the most shocking fights of a lifetime. The match wrapped up just hours ago, and fans are still trying to process what they witnessed.
I used to train both of them. I started them out. I hooked them up with their first trainer. They're doing good, well, man. I'm very happy for them and their success, and they're doing good, man. Think about it. It was just some YouTube kids, and here they went. You fought the great Floyd Mayweather, and now Mike Tyson, the two biggest guys in the sport.
Make no mistake, Jake put in the work for this fight, and it showed. He was quick, sharp, and doing his best to look like he had the upper hand. But preparing for Mike Tyson is a whole different beast. By the end of round 1, you could see the doubt starting to creep into Jake's eyes, almost as if he was thinking, is this guy really 58? Because he feels more like a freight train coming straight at me. In round 2, Tyson abandoned any pretense of holding back. His expression shifted to that classic, unrelenting Tyson glare. Pure intensity with no mercy. He wasn't staring down a flashy young influencer. He was facing a kid who dared to believe he could go toe-to-toe with a legend. Tyson began advancing with calculated ferocity, closing the gap with movements that radiated purpose and power. Every punch he threw was deliberate, designed to make an impact. Jake tried to keep him at bay with quick jabs, staying light on his feet, but Tyson brushed them off like minor annoyances on his inevitable path to domination.
Mike is like a snake. He'll pop out on you. He get there too quick. But if you charge him, you're gonna smother everything, because everything he push off his legs. He push off his legs so he too close. Like this, but if you give him room, I mean, everybody get knocked out going backwards. Like this, and you're...
Tyson went to work, unleashing heavy, punishing body shots that left Jake visibly wincing. Each blow landed with a force that didn't just rattle Jake's body, it shattered his entire game plan. That much-hyped youth advantage, it was disappearing fast. Tyson, the so-called old guy in this fight, was systematically dismantling the narrative, turning all the pre-fight buzz into dust, one devastating punch at a time.
To keep his name out there. You know, as long as he attaches his name to mine, he's gonna keep my name out there. Remember what he said? He said, Mayweather ain't gonna, he didn't pay me. Where's the lawsuit? If you didn't get paid, where's the lawsuit? So it's a bunch of bullshit. But like I said before, they know what they're doing. Both brothers.
By round 3, the fight had swung entirely in Tyson's favor. Jake was still trying to keep up, staying nimble and searching for openings. But Tyson was relentless. Every step forward and every punch carried the weight of decades of experience and raw power. The difference in strength was unmistakable. Jake was throwing punches, sure, but Tyson's blows hit like thunderclaps, while Jake's landed like whispers in comparison.
Fanatics Fest is the real deal experience. Oh my God, Jake Paul, the kids love him. And then you have the legend Mike Tyson.
I got Jake Paul knocking him out.
I love Mike Tyson. He's got it.
Tyson kept pressing forward, undeterred and unstoppable, as if he'd turned back the clock a few decades. And Jake, the look on his face said it all. The cocky confidence was gone, replaced by a flicker of desperation. The look of someone realizing, far too late, that he'd bitten off more than he could chew. He kept throwing punches, but Tyson's sheer presence made them seem insignificant. Round 4 will forever be remembered for one thing: Tyson's infamous uppercut. It's the punch that has haunted fighters' nightmares for years, and Jake got a front row experience. Tyson wound up and unleashed it, and for a split second you could almost see Jake's legs buckle, like watching a tree start to fall, slowly, then inevitably. But Tyson wasn't finished. He followed with a devastating flurry of heavy shots, leaving Jake stunned and barely able to stay upright. That uppercut wasn't just a punch, it was the turning point. Any lingering doubt about who controlled the fight vanished in that instant. Tyson had been dominating before, but now he was putting on a masterclass, a showcase of raw power and skill. Jake, for all his hype, was barely hanging on, struggling to find his footing. But Tyson wasn't here to let him recover. He was here to prove that even at 58, he could still land punches that would make younger fighters think twice.
Here we go, live. Mike wants some more. What it
the
is.
God of Wars of summoning them.
Because I entertained the...
By the end of round 4, it was clear Jake Paul was in deep trouble. The confidence and bravado were gone, replaced by sheer survival instinct. The flashy, over-the-top personality had faded, leaving a fighter barely hanging on. Tyson's relentless punches had taken their toll. Jake's ribs were bruised, his stamina drained, and his energy visibly waning. Tyson had done what he does best: systematically break down an opponent until there's nothing left. It was classic Tyson, executed to perfection. Jake was desperately trying to stay in the fight, searching for any way to turn the tide, but the reality was undeniable. Tyson was too strong, too skilled, and too relentless. This wasn't a sparring session, a bout with another YouTuber, or a match against an MMA fighter. This was a brutal, unfiltered lesson from one of boxing's greatest legends. Jake was out of his depth, a rookie stepping into the ring with a seasoned champion with no easy way out. By the end of round 4, he was spent. Tyson had shown that age is just a number when you're a fighter of his caliber. He delivered a masterclass in power, endurance, and technique, leaving Jake with no answers and nowhere to hide. The crowd saw it. Jake saw it. Tyson saw it. The fight was over, and Tyson had won decisively. As he stood victorious, he looked calm and composed, like a man who had just wrapped up another day at the office. Meanwhile, Jake looked like he'd been caught in a hurricane, a stark reminder of the gulf between a legend and a novice.
Right hand, maybe the side of back, straight ball up.
Oh, right hand of the body, another hip hop OG Snoop Dogg, and look at this. Oh,
nice combination.
I'm a little bit
Uppercut from Jake Paul back.
Too slow on his feet.
Oh, he was already set up.
Mike Tyson didn't just win the fight, he dominated it. He came to prove that the title of the baddest man on the planet doesn't fade with age. For Jake Paul, this was a brutal reality check, a lesson in humility he probably didn't see coming, but won't soon forget. Tyson didn't just win, he reminded everyone what separates a legend from a rookie with something to prove. After the fight, the reactions were explosive. Fans were on their feet, social media erupted, and everyone was talking. Tyson had done what he does best, and Jake had been put in his place. Credit to Jake for stepping into the ring with a legend, but Tyson proved that even in his late 50s, he's still every bit the fighter he once was. Jake had underestimated him and paid the price for it. For the fans, this was a moment of pure satisfaction. They got to see Tyson unleash his power, skill, and experience in a way that left no doubt. He's still the baddest man on the planet, and he's not letting anyone forget it. If you loved the action, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, stay tuned for more wild matchups like Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. This one definitely isn't over yet. Stick with us for all the latest updates.